On the night of our anniversary, my wife stepped away from me like I was a stranger. And 48 hours later, I found out she wasn't rejecting me. She was preparing to erase me. My name is Daniel Carter. I'm 34 years old, a financial analyst living in Chicago. I've always been the kind of man who believes in structure, routine, predictability. Numbers make sense. Patterns make sense. For 5 years, it did. My wife Emily and I lived what most people would call a normal life. We weren't overly romantic, but we were stable, quiet, comfortable. Or at least, that's what I thought. Looking back now, I realized something terrifying. Stability doesn't always mean safety. Sometimes it just means the storm hasn't revealed itself yet. It was a Tuesday night, cold, quiet. Emily was late. That alone wasn't unusual. Her job in marketing could be demanding. But what was unusual was the silence. I checked the time again, 10:47 p.m. I remember that exact number because something in my gut felt off. When the door finally opened, I felt relief, but it didn't last. She walked in slowly, not exhausted, not rushed, just detached. She closed the door behind her, locked it carefully, and stood there for a moment, gripping her bag like it was the only thing keeping her grounded. "Hey," I said, standing up from the couch. "Everything okay?" I asked. "Yeah, work stuff," she replied. Too quick, too smooth. I reached out to hug her, and that's when everything shifted. She stepped back, fast, like my touch would hurt her. "Don't." That single word didn't just stop me physically. It stopped something deeper, something emotional. "What do you mean, don't?" I asked, forcing a light tone. She avoided my eyes. "Just don't touch me tonight, okay?" Dinner was quiet, unnaturally quiet. She barely ate. Her hands trembled slightly when she reached for her glass and her phone. She kept checking it every few minutes. Then I saw it. A notification lit up her screen. Unknown number. One word. Done. She flipped the phone instantly, but it was too late. I had already seen it, and something inside me shifted. That night, we went to bed like strangers. She lay at the edge of the mattress, facing away. Just silence. Heavy, suffocating silence. The next morning felt like a different reality. Emily woke up early, made coffee, smiled. Morning like the night before never happened. Then she walked up to me, wrapped her arms around me, held me tightly, too tightly. "I love you," she whispered. And instead of comfort, I felt fear, because now I knew something was wrong, and she was trying to cover it. So I made a decision. I followed her. She left at 9, said she had meetings all day. I waited 10 minutes, then grabbed my keys. She didn't go to work. She drove past it, turned into a quiet residential area I had never seen before, stopped in front of a small, worn-down house. She got out, walked to the door, knocked. It opened. A man stood there, mid-40s, rough, unfamiliar. And then she hugged him. Not casually, not politely, deeply, emotionally, like she had been waiting for that moment. That's when something inside me broke. I stepped out of the car, walked toward them. "Emily?" She froze, turned, her face went pale. And that's when the truth started to unravel into something far darker than I could have ever imagined. By the time I found the folder, I wasn't confused anymore. I was afraid, because the documents confirmed it. My life had a price. Everything made sense. The distance, the lies. The "don't touch me." She wasn't pulling away from me. She was preparing to lose me. The cabin trip wasn't a vacation. It was a setup. And they thought I was walking into it blindly. But I wasn't. Because sometimes the only way to survive a trap is to step into it on your own terms. Right before they pushed me into the water, I opened my eyes, and in that moment, everything changed. The hunters became the hunted. And And as the flashing lights surrounded us, I realized something chilling. The most dangerous part of this story wasn't the plan to kill me. It was how perfectly she had hidden it, while sleeping right next to me, and how easily I could have never known.